I know it's been like the whole summer since I sat down and like decided to pretend that I was a YouTuber again, but I'm back. I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm back at school in the city. I live in a beautiful apartment. You know, I've been really grinding at all my classes so far. Things are going well. However, waking up on time and looking good has literally been my biggest problem. Well, no, not my biggest problem. I sound like an asshole. But it's been a struggle for me. So I basically came up with a really quick, easy makeup look for those days that you wake up late or you're super tired and can't even be bothered to like get ready, put on a full face, whatever. There are probably 8 products in this bin in front of me. I can't even believe that I have a single digit number of products that I'm putting on my face because I'm high maintenance a little, but not in a negative way. I just like extremely expensive things. Okay, embarrassing. Anyways, super simple, minimal products, minimal brushes. I guess I'll just kind of get into it. So the very first thing that I do in the morning is wash my face. Always. In the mornings, I go with an exfoliating face wash, and then at night, I'll just use a normal gentle cleanser. Washing your face right when you wake up is gonna do a couple things actually. First, you know, obviously it's gonna clean your skin, get rid of all the dust and dirt that accumulated overnight. 2, it really wakes you up. I don't even like to wait for the water to get warm. I just splash cold water right on my face and it just wakes up my skin. And then once I'm done, I feel, you know, a little bit more awake than I did before. Another thing that washing your face is gonna do for you, especially washing with an exfoliating face wash, this is really just gonna create a nice, smooth base for the makeup that we're gonna put on. This stuff is great. It's the St. Ives Radiant Skin Pink Lemon and Mandarin Orange Scrub. So then after that, I go in with Hydro Boost Gel and Serum. So I did all of that. Now I don't feel as disgusting as I did right when I woke up. I don't feel like death is kissing me on the cheek. We're rocking, we're rolling. I'm ready to put something on my face. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is primer. Surprise, surprise. I am using the Benefit Professional Primer. I have normal to oily skin, so my pores tend to look larger throughout the day, so this really helps to minimize that, as well as controls oil and just kind of keeps like the little bit of makeup that we're gonna put on in place. Now you're ready for concealer. I basically just use whatever I have lying around that most closely matches my skin tone. So right now I'm just using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 20. With the concealer, this is gonna change depending on who you are, depending on what type of skin you have, depending on how comfortable you feel, all of that. I have some scarring and a little bit of discoloration, so I really focus the concealer on those areas as well as my under eyes. I don't put a lot on my forehead, and I'm not really putting a lot like out here. I'm just basically focusing on, you know, the discoloration spots and then where my under eyes are. For the under eyes, I try to use as little as possible. So like a little trick to really getting the coverage where you want it is just tilt your head down. I just put a line of concealer right over top of where the dark circle ends. You see right there. That is the extent to which the concealer will go. Next, I'm gonna use this Real Techniques setting brush just to blend that all in. When you get to the under eye part, I'm basically just using tapping motion.
Yeah.
And also when blending out the under eye concealer, I like to take it into my inner corner. Before we set the concealer, you're gonna wanna put on all like your cream products. What I like to do is go in with a highlighting stick, and this one is the Glossier Halo Scope in the shade Quartz. Just take some on 2 fingers. After I do that cream highlight, I use one of the Glossier Cloud Paints. It's in the shade Dusk. So this is just like a really natural shade. You know, depending on where I place it, I could really use it as either a blush or a bronzer. So I don't really take a lot. Just use like a little drop. The highlight and the blush really enhance your skin. Kind of brings you to life, you know? When your skin is glowing and has a little bit of color to it, you're not gonna look as tired as you really are. And that's really the idea here. The next thing you wanna do is set all of that with translucent powder. Honestly, if you don't have to set your face, don't. Personally, I do because my skin is so oily, my makeup will just melt off. So that's why I always have to set it. I use the Too Faced Primed and Poreless Skin Smoothing Priming Powder and Finishing Veil. So what I just did was went over pretty much everything with this smaller under eye brush. And really, like, you could be done with powder at this point, but I just like to take a bigger fluffy brush just for good measure, because you can never be too sure how oily your skin's gonna get throughout the day. Listen peeps, we're almost done. Next part of the process is bronzer. I use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. For eyebrows, I use the Glossier Boy Brow in the shade Blonde. This is so simple, so I just run this through really quick and then I'm literally done. So the way that you're gonna get the best effect, I think, from this product is mimic the way that the hair is growing. So I'm basically just shortly brushing up and outwards. Some days, depending on how I'm feeling, I will just leave it at this. No mascara, no nothing. Other days, you know, when I have the nicer outfit on and want to make my eyes pop a little more, I will put on some mascara. When you're putting on mascara, especially with like a look like this, I personally like to take my time just to make sure my lashes are looking super long and separated and voluminous, because they're pretty much the only thing going on. Your eyelashes are the thing that's gonna be like, ooh, look at me. Okay, so this is a finished look. I don't even want to call it a look because this is probably like how most people just like do their makeup. But what I will say is this is great to do for those days where you are running late, you wake up super late, or you're just tired in general and can't be bothered to like do the whole 9 yards with the beauty blender and the foundation and the eyeshadow and all that. I mean, this is it. It probably, if I timed it, would take like 5 minutes. You know, when I look good, I feel better. When I feel good, I do better work. It really translates through my whole day. So believe it or not, today was one of those mornings. I pressed my snooze button like 6 times, I think. Next thing I knew, it was 8:15 and I had to be at a class at 9, and so I was like, shit. I chose this one garment and put it on my body and paired it with shoes and went out the door. It's just this really, really simple linen jumpsuit. It's belted right at the waist. It has pockets. The most comfortable thing ever. Like, I don't even wear a bra with it. The best outfits are the ones that you really don't need to wear a bra with. And then I just paired it with my Doc Martens sandals. Love, love, love these. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Everybody make sure to hit up the SoundCloud link below. I guess I'm gonna go. I don't have anything else to say to you. Don't have anything else to tell you. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and also subscribe to me on here. Oh, and I also revamped my blog. I'm in a good place, you guys. I'm gonna